What's going on, riders? It's your boy Infinit Ryda. We're here at Independence Harley-Davidson, and today we're going to be reviewing this beautiful 2020 lowrider. So without further ado, let me grab my helmet and let's get this video started.
All right, let's get that initial startup going. Ooh, listen to her. Love that Harley rumble. All right, so what we're gonna do is take a quick, basically demo ride on this here lowrider, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it, talk to you a little bit about it. But as we all know, there's a lot of cities that are currently on stay-at-home orders or shelter in place, and we're wishing you nothing but be safe. We hope everyone's doing well. If this is your first time viewing the channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, like and comment below. Make sure you stay tuned in through everything, because I'll be bringing you a few review videos as well as some different type of moto vlogging. But yeah, let's talk about the lowrider. So this is a 2020 lowrider. This puppy here comes with the 107 motor, and it's putting out 110 foot-pounds of torque. It's a 6-speed transmission, and it is a belt-driven unit. The lowrider, it kind of looks a little bit like a larger Sportster to me. Now again, that's my opinion, but it has that classic look, but still a little pinch of sportiness to it. Also, the lowrider is going to be, I mean, you can fully customize this thing to make it look like however you want. And this is probably I think this is my first time actually taking one out on the road. I've ridden the Lowrider S, which is the sportier model of this, with the inverted forks for performance, and it has a little bit better ground clearance, and it got the front fairing and all that on it. And it also comes with the 114 motor. This one is very comfortable from me sitting here. It does come already prepared for 2-up, so if you want to take somebody out for a nice little ride, you got your foot pegs and all that already on here. Let's test out this cornering. I hit the corner a little quick. Yeah, plenty of lean angle. It definitely will lean over there. And the seating position it's comfortable. Has mid controls. You're actually sitting kind of down in the bike. It feels like one of the lower bikes from all of the Harleys. So if you're like a shorter individual, this might be a great option for you, because yeah, it definitely feels lower, especially lower than the Lowrider S to me. I could be wrong. It could just be the feel of it or the seat that's on here, but it feels a little bit lower. We're going to test the acceleration once I turn right here, see how she accelerates. I'm going to give those cars a little bit of room to go ahead and go, so I have some room to accelerate. All right, so we're going to turn. I'm going to sit here for a second, and I'm going to roll on throttle. Oh yeah, it definitely has plenty of pickup. You can feel that low end torque kick in immediately when you twist the throttle. And to be honest, I didn't even give it a lot of throttle, and I didn't even let it get up in the RPMs. I was shifting pretty quickly, and you still feel a lot of the power there. The bike feels very maneuverable, I'll say. Like, it's handling the road really well. Feel like I have full control with these mini apes it has on it here. Oh yeah, it feels real good in the corner, and it feels like you have plenty of clearance. That's one of the differences between mid controls and forward controls. When you have mid controls, it kind of makes you feel like, or gives you more security, makes it feels like you have more control over the bike as far as for maneuverability and all that. Now, do you actually have more control over the bike? That's a question to be determined or asked. I can't say for sure you do. The seat is actually, it feels kind of plush, to be honest. It feels pretty comfortable. For Harley's big V-twins or motors or whatnot, the 2020s, they come in a 107, a 114, and then if you get into the CVO models, you have the option of the 117. Now, that's not including some of the upgrades you can do nowadays as far as going to a 128 or a 131. But with this motor, just think about it. I'm on a smaller frame bike, and it has the same motor that the Road Glide has. So what that tells me is that you're gonna get a little bit more of a torquey ride and more performance out of this one, because you don't have as much mass to move as you would on a Road Glide, a Street Glide, a Limited, any of those bikes. And I've said it multiple times in multiple videos that Harley gives you the perfect starting point to customize your bike and to make it your own. You know, they give you the necessities with a few different options and looks. Some people are perfectly getting out there and riding a bike exactly as it comes. Some people want to fully customize their bike to look their own way. And you have that option because the amount of upgrades and customization is almost unlimited. So on this bike, for instance, if you're one of those guys who just really love T-bars or a different type of bar, you have the option of putting T-bars on here. You have the option of putting a Mustang or a Saddleman seat on here. You have the option of flipping your mirrors down. You know, you can fully customize this bike and make it look however you want. Now, as far as the ride, I feel like you definitely could take this bike on a nice little road trip. You might not have a lot of places to store your belongings or whatever you want to take with you, unless you have a book bag or something on here, or you decide to put some type of bags on here. But as far as comfort, it definitely feels comfortable enough to take a long road trip. All of your controls on the bike are easy accessible. You got your high and low beam right here on your left thumb with your left turn signal. You also have your horn. I think that horn could be a little bit more aggressive. Let's hear it again. Kind of sounds like the Roadrunner. Meep, meep. Meep, meep. But yeah, you got your selection to be able to select all of your different options on your display, which you can scroll through, which you got remaining miles to this tank of gas. You got a clock on there. You're going to have your trip A, your trip B. You also have the option on here, I believe it'll show you what gear you're in too, which is pretty cool. Then on your right handlebar, let me make this turn. Oh yeah. On your right handlebar, you have your hazard lights as well as your kill switch, your run switch, and your right turn signal. You also got a RPM gauge right here, as well as your speedo mounted right there in the center of the tank. Now, I typically don't look down a lot at that while riding. I just go with the flow of traffic because I don't want to drop my eyes off of the road to look at that. I may gaze down at it every once in a while if I think I'm speeding or something like that. But if you're actually coming from another style or type of bike, I feel like you'd be able to just jump on this and feel really comfortable riding it. It's like the perfect median for any rider. If you just jumped off a Sportster, you can jump on here without any problem. If you just want to move down from a Road Glide or a Street Glide, you can jump on here and still feel comfortable and have an enjoyable ride. If you want a bike you can fully customize, you can do that with this one as well. It's just all about what you're looking for. So we're almost up here to the mini twisties, and we're going to test those puppies out. If you're hearing a lot of wind, you got to excuse me. It is definitely a windy day. This wind is kicking. And that's another thing. The bike feels really stable, even though it's extremely windy today. All right. So I know previously, when I used to ride on sports bikes and things like that, those are really light bikes, and when it was a windy day, you definitely felt it. Like the bike would be, you'd feel it blowing the bike. I'm not getting blown around any, besides the loud wind noise that's smacking me in my helmet, and I feel it hitting my wrist and stuff like that. Braking is really good. This thing will stop on a dime. And of course, with all Harleys, you're gonna have that unique sound. I feel like they put out some of the best sound, especially once you throw some pipes on here. And you can just by adding on a different air filter to open it up a little bit and some pipes, you can actually gain a little bit more horsepower from this thing too, even though it already has plenty. We're almost back to the dealership here. I didn't talk too much about the mini twisties back there. It handles those mini twisties like a champion. So the big question is, do I like this bike? I like all motorcycles, to be honest with you. And this one, I love as well. I like the way it feels. I like the comfort of it. I love the performance. It definitely does not disappoint. The suspension feels pretty good. It doesn't feel as firm as some of the other suspensions, but again, I believe this model does have the adjustable suspension where you can make it a little bit more firm. Come on, van. It is no reason to go that slow. But the only way you're going to know if you like this bike, as I always say, you're going to have to get out and ride it. Look, I'm really, look at that. Look at you. Hey, duck. What's up? What? Huh? Okay. All right. Yeah, so, you're going to have to get out and ride it, or at least sit on it to see how comfortable it feels for you. So make sure you swing by your local Harley-Davidson dealership. If you're in the Charlotte area, swing by Independence Harley-Davidson, and we'll be glad to get you out on a demo. But we will be closed from March. Wait, let me sit here and think about that for a second. March 26th till April 16th, 2020, depending on when you're watching this video. But come on up after we crack these doors back open and get yourself a test ride. I thought somebody was going to come open the doors for me. I guess they're not. Let me try to blow this horn. Anybody? Hello? Yeah. They don't love me today. How's it going? Nobody loves me today. But it's your boy Infinit Ryda signing out. Make sure that you stay safe, be blessed, and get out there on two wheels, people. Deuces.